Hi, Scrappy friends. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to our 7th video in our 12 cropping days of Christmas. Yep, we are now halfway through and on the other side. So I've been really enjoying this series. I hope that you have too. And I am just getting a lot of Christmas pages done. So today's day 7. I plan to get 7 photos on my layout today. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so we're in our 110 scrapbooking ideas and sketchbook, and we are going to use page 108 today, and it's this layout right here. Let me go ahead and pop this up on the screen and we'll take a better look. This will be the first time I use a double page spread that the book already had a double page spread. So I like this layout. I have been eyeballing this layout. I just think their inspiration that they have is just so upbeat and just fun. And I love how it has that huge banner cut off to the left-hand side. And then other than that, it's basically on the left-hand page, it's a block of photos. Theirs are going vertical. Then on the opposite page, on the right-hand side, then there's a band of photos running vertically down the center of the pattern paper. And then there's a border sticker at the top and a border sticker or possibly a border punch out at the bottom. So this is different but fun. I think we're going to enjoy this one today. So come on back to my desk and I'll show you what I'm going to use. So we are going to bring in our custom cutting system and also welcome home border making cartridge. So stay tuned for that and we'll just put those to the side. And like I said, I have 7 photos today to get on my layout, so we'll put those aside as well. And the papers I've decided on today is I'm going to go for black as my background today. I don't know, I love using black on my Christmas layouts for the background and then adding all the colorful Christmas papers and stickers. It really helps to make them pop. So I'll be bringing in this plaid. This will be my strip across the center. And then this cute green paper, this came from the Kelly Green Tone on Tone paper pack. Thought it was perfect because it matches so nicely with my plaid. I love this color and this print. Some mat cards today and some stickers, and then I have a scrap of wood grain. Okay, so let's go ahead and spread these out and get our pages going. The first thing we need to talk about is our photos, because really it depends on the photos that you have on how to make this first page work for you. So let me go ahead and put that sketch up on the screen so that you can see what I'm talking about. So on the left-hand side, they have a strip coming down from top to bottom with 4 vertical photos. Well, I didn't have 4 vertical photos that I wanted to put on this page, so I had to make some adjustments. What I have are these photos here, and I've already cropped them down. This is Christmas 2010, Christmas Eve 2010. So instead of my photos running straight up and down, I'm going to have a little block here when then I will have some exposed cardstock back on the top and the bottom where they don't in the sketch. So to make this work as close to possible as a sketch, I'm going to bring in this white piece of paper, and it is a 9 1/4 by 8 1/4 piece, and that's because I've already measured out what I need. So you would just need to figure out what you need for your photos. And the idea is this is not going to be showing at all. It's just going to be a wallpapered piece. But I wanted to do this first before I bring in the band. So I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to have this one up here, this one down here, and then this one up here, and this one down here. You already saw I'm going to use the plaid paper to run as my band across the center. And then the green stars will be down here at the bottom of each page, just like in the sketch. So I wanted to bring in some gold, but I don't have a lot of gold paper in this collection, so it was great that I have these mat cards handy. and I'm going to bring them in, and I'm going to back, and they just so happen to match with the same pattern paper, but if they didn't, I would have used them anyway. So this one, I'm going to center it right here over this decoration, and then I will trim it down a little on both sides. So this first one will look like this, and I'm going to, now this photo that will go in the top left hand corner will go all the way up to the top and snuggle right into the corner, and then this one will come right over to the other side and do the same thing. Okay, so the white paper is just a place for me to mat everything. Then on this photo down here is where I want to bring in the other mat. Now this one I'll have to do some fancy cutting. So what I'll do is cut it right here and then slide it over so that it matches. And there'll be a little bit of a seam in there, but not bad. And there we go. So you can't even hardly see the seam here in person. So I doubt you can see that on camera, but there is a little seam right there. And then I'll put this one down in that corner, and then this photo again will snuggle right down in that last corner like that. And it just becomes a floating block that I'm going to be able to move around and position just ever so perfectly on my page. Okay, let me adhere those and grab that. Let me grab that plaid paper and we will cut the band out. So I'm ready to cut my plaid paper. This is not really directional, so I can cut it either way. So I'm going to cut the first piece 12 by 8. And that's going to go on the right hand side like that. And now what I need to do is cut another piece. I'm going to turn it to go be 8 inches because I'm going to conserve my paper. Now, in the original blog post, which is linked in the description of this video, they used a whole piece of paper and did another 12 by 8 cut over here, but most of that is covered up with our photo block, so I didn't want to do that. So I'm going to use the same piece and do some creative cutting. So I'm going to cut this at 8 inches. This is going to be extra, and so this is a 4-inch piece. So I need one strip for this side, and I'm going to make that at 1.5, just so I have a little bit extra room. And then the remainder piece will go on the other side. So let me bring this back in. Okay, so here's this piece here. And I'm going to bring this piece of plaid and I'm going to turn it so that now the plaids might be going different directions, but because it's plaid, I don't think it's going to matter, and it's going to be separated in the book a little bit. Okay, and then this is going to come over and overlap that a little bit. And then this piece is going to come here, and I am going to give this a little bit of a fishtail or a banner cut. And I'll do the banner cut. Now this is a little bit trickier on a big piece of paper, so I'm just going to find my center. It's going to be a really narrow cut, so I'm just going to come to the corner and then go toward my center cut, and then do the same thing over here. Start in the corner, go toward that center cut, and there we go. So it's not a huge detail, but you could always leave a straight piece there as well, which was my other option. Let me show you what that would look like. So see, leaving it straight would look like that. So this just gives it giving it that banner cut just gives it a little bit more interest, but not necessary. And there we go. You'll see how my photos do not go from top to bottom. I have to make this sketch work for the photos that I have, right? Okay, so now the strip at the bottom. Now in the original blog post, they have a 3-inch piece, and you can see in the sketch that part of this over here shows through, but on the right hand page, none of it shows through. So I don't think I need quite 3 inches on the other side. So I'm going to go with 1.5 by 12 inches just to spare a little bit of paper. And then the next cut, I think I will go ahead and do the 3 inches because I will have some showing through on the left-hand side. Okay, let me show you what I mean with the green piece. This is the left-hand side, and this is the 3-inch cut, which is recommended in the instructions on the blog. Okay, I'm going to put this at about up 1 inch from the bottom, and you'll see how I have a little bit exposed right there. And that's why I wanted to keep it the 3 inches on this side. But over here on the right-hand side, once I tuck this and put it at the 1 inch mark, and now you'll see what I'm talking about. So over here, I don't need to have a whole 3 inches. It was just probably easier for them to write the directions and just have you cut 3 inches, but I saved a tiny bit of paper doing it my way. So that's the paper. Now let's bring in those border strips and the border making cartridge. For my border sticker at the top, I'm going to bring in this dark red one right here. It's like a half scallop. There we go, half circle. I'm going to bring it over here and tuck it right underneath my photos, and I'm going to have it stop right here and trim it a little bit on the other side. Then for the other page, we'll take the second one and just put it right at the top. There we go. That's cute. Very cute. Now down here at this area right down here is where in the sketch they have, it could be another border sticker, or it could be a punch out. And that's where I'm going to bring in the Welcome Home border making cartridge and this wood grain scrap that I have. And I'm going to punch out 2 rows of this. I'm going to go ahead and put you on fast forward while I get these punched out. So I didn't like the width of them, so I did shorten them a little bit. But before I put them onto my page, I do want to back each of the little houses. So every other one has a window and then a heart, and then a window, and then a heart. I'm going to back each of the windows with a little piece of scrap yellow cardstock, and then the hearts I will back with a little bit of red. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done. Again, I'll put you on fast forward, and I'll be right back. Now on our inspiration, they have it going down into the layout this way, but since I used the little houses, it's going up. So I'm going to bring it down just to where the edge of the row of houses covers up the end of the green star paper. And there we go. I think it's super cute. I haven't used this little house on a Christmas layout, and I just think it's perfect for Christmas. And it's going to add just a little bit more red and gold to my layout as well. So super cute down there. So we are pretty much done with the left-hand side. We're going to come back in and do a little bit of embellishing right here. And other than that, I think we're done with this side, and we're going to move on to the right-hand page. Let's bring it like that and get our photos. In the inspiration, they have 3 vertical photos areas. And this is where I'm going to bring in the rest of what I have. So I have 1 vertical. This is still a 4x6. I haven't trimmed it down. And it'll go right to the edge. And then there'll be a photo card in the middle. And then the last one will be another 4x6. And my photo card does need to be trimmed down slightly. That is trimmed down now, and everything fits perfectly, lined up just like it does in the sketch. So I do have a photo that I'm going to trim out. My daughter took this photo of the slippers that she got from her grandma that year, so I'm going to slide this up bring in my custom cutting system. And then what I discovered is the large circle, the inside track with the red blade will fit perfectly in this circle with a tiny bit of the green showing. I did want to take advantage of the green that was already there, so I was pleasantly surprised that this should work. Okay, so okay, there we go. Let's put this picture right there, and it's going to be perfect with a little bit of green showing on the outside rim of the circle. So that worked out perfectly. And that's my 7 photos. Yes, on day 7, I got my 7 photos on. I just have to adhere these, and then I will be back to do a small amount of embellishing. I feel like with all the paper and my little houses down here, I don't want to take away too much, but I do want to do some. So I'll be back in 1 minute. And while I'm off doing that, if you wouldn't mind to take a moment to click that like button, I surely would appreciate it. And I do thank you for that. Okay, I'll be right back. And there we go. My layout is done. And I am very happy. I'm very happy I got 7 photos for day 7. This is for Christmas of 2010. So I'm so happy that I'm getting a lot of my past Christmas done. And as we wrap up here, I will show you a close-up of this finished embellishment cluster here with the Santa. And you can see how that 24th just kind of pops out there on that little tab. And then down here on the sleigh and how the presents just look oh so fun. And then up here on the tag and the journaling spot. So that concludes my video for day 7, and I'll see you back here in a couple of days with video number 8. And as I go out, if you are looking for the beginning of this series, I will link that playlist right over here, as well as possibly another video you may enjoy right up there. Okay, well, take care everybody, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.